Right guys, welcome to another show on this, the 422nd day of 2 weeks to flatten the curve. We are yet again going over some of the lunacy occurring in this country recently. As you would expect, it's full of the usual tosspots, snivelling shitweasels and commie cumbuckets, who literally love spreading fear, promoting medical apartheid or tips on waterboarding yourself when swimming.
And in theory, if you go swimming in the sea, you should be wearing a mask.
On top of that, we also have Boris the Bullshitter-in-Chief talking about very draconian actions possibly coming soon, like it's his Take Back Control slogan the public would actually cheer. This complete wet wipe under the thumb of his eco-warrior spunk trumpet Carrie Simmons actually said that shit during a recorded interview about summer holidays. This is even more laughable when you remember the UK border is essentially a bucket without a bottom. 150 flights landed from India this week while a fuck ton of people floated over the channel, or should we say taxied in by the border force, all of course at your expense. This says to me any draconian measures won't be used against people coming in, but as with the last 15 months they will be used against us. I mean, during the last 422 days of 2 weeks to flatten the curve, draconian actions have been used to bully and coerce the British public into doing what Boris Johnson dictates on any given day, even if it is batshit crazy, making no sense whatsoever. His comment here is just taking the piss out of the public if you ask me, because it's hardly a nothing comment to make or even normal, especially not from an elected official. I mean, just for a second, imagine he said that in 2019 using draconian actions to get Brexit done. The media would have fucking shit the bed screaming dictator from the rooftops. In 2021 they are essentially sucking his meat and two veg, gobbling down balls and all like a cheap Soho hooker.
So we took prompt action, and we will continue to take very, very draconian action in respect of all variants coming from wherever around the world.
I feel this may have woken a few people up to the bullshit they're being belt-fed daily though. The comments on this video and the ratio it is receiving is rather incredible, and says many people are saying, you know what, we ain't fucking having it. But either way, that whole story there actually leads on nicely to our next tosspot that needs to be mentioned today. This is Steve Baker, someone who in places has actually stood up for common sense. But today he joined Boris the Bullshitter pumping out the slogan any sane person would cringe at. Yep, I am talking about his Build Back Greener bullshit that is the product of the WEF and related to the Build Back Better bullshit Beijing, Biden and Boris pump out all the time and literally have been for months. This tweet he put out earlier has rightly been shat on by most of the people who have seen it because it's not something the public want, voted for or even care about. Now next up we have Dr. Shillary Jones, the mask in the sea idiot, who continued his love of fear porn today, warning people not to fly because he is the UK expert on everything in his mind. I mean, he even tried to guilt trip the public, saying NHS workers deserve a holiday because dancing on fucking TikTok is such hard work, as you all know. In fact, here is the clip, listen to it for yourself.
And we could still have a summer holidays in July and August. We could still do that.
Except that in the meantime, people will be booking their summer holidays.
Look, as a doctor, I have to ask the question, is a holiday really important and essential in a global pandemic? It really isn't. Well, it's a luxury. It's something that you can do without in order to preserve life.
Now he is doing all this while he's actually booked as a guest speaker on a luxury cruise. This Cunard Line cruise leaves Southampton for 7 nights starting on the 6th of August 2021. Showing exactly what a hypocritical fuckpig he actually is. But him saying he's not going on holiday might well be correct, but he should have said, as you know, I will be going on a cruise ship, which he obviously didn't. So Dr. Shillary Jones tells you to stay at home while he travels around on a luxury cruise, getting paid to talk crap, no doubt. I wonder if he's going to wear a mask while swimming in the pool or the sea for that matter. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments down below. Next up though, we have Dominic Cummings threatening to drop information bombs in relation to the government's actions over the past year, which as it stands means very little because I doubt he's going to expose anything that explosive. But of course I will keep an eye on it and just thought it deserved a mention at least in this video. Next up we have some scumbag Sean O'Grady writing an article Goebbels would be proud of, you know, back in 1939. Or in fact could have come from the CCP themselves, let's be honest. But he is essentially calling for anyone not vaccinated to be outcasted from society in every single way. No access to healthcare, jobs, pubs or anything like that. Usually I would question how this could even be said in the UK media, but after 422 days of 2 weeks to flatten the curve, anything is possible. But like I said, this bullshit is coming from The Independent, which is about as independent as the BBC when it comes to grooming gangs or reporting on them. Though I feel I should add there that the Independent do actually cover the grooming gang scandals a hell of a lot more than the BBC. Still not enough, but I felt it should be said. But back to this tosspot, he actually claims no one should make it compulsory while he demands restrictions on people that don't want to have it. How the fuck he actually wrote that without realising instant contradictions is actually baffling to me. I mean, the doublespeak in it is just fucking incredible, but either way he has shown himself to be a complete idiot and certified shitweasel the public should despise with a passion. And actually, the comment section below kinda suggests they do. Now, following on from that tosspot, we have an article about independent sage. You know, the idiots who think they are important and should make policy but hold no actual power. Because it seems the media is now pointing out how at least one member has no medical qualifications at all, giving her less credibility than even Dr. Shillary Jones, which is saying something. This Dr. Zubiba hack or some shit like that said the government should still reopen in the country on Good Morning Britain recently, despite, like I said, her not having a medical qualification to justify her being there. At the end of the day, she's just another commie trout there to lock down the country harder and longer. But finally, we have Boris Johnson, who could delay reopening the country next month, which should be a shock to absolutely fucking no one. I assumed this would happen, and it seems I was right, just like many of you have been. At the end of the day, what more can I even say about this? The fear porn will return soon. You can bet your bollocks to a barn dance on that one right now. But as it stands, like I said, that is all I have for you on this one. Remember to check out my BitChute and Odyssey channels linked down below if you have not already, and I'll see you all in the next one.